You remain seated for right now. Please check if the jurors are ready. Please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you will give today will be the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may take your seat. Please speak loudly and clearly for the jurors.
Yes.
Please say your name and spell your name.
Katherine Magbanua, Katherine
Ms. Magbanua, are you in custody?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you serving a sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
For what?
Life.
Life for what crime?
For the murder of Markel.
And did you have a trial before you received that sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and in that trial, did you testify in your own defense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and in that testimony, did you testify that essentially we had it right about everyone else, but you were in the dark, you weren't involved in any way?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And was that true?
No, ma'am.
All right, and you didn't have to testify in your own defense. You could have chosen to remain silent, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you testified also in the trial in which Garcia was convicted, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And same thing there. You testified you did not tell the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And why then come now with a different story?
I think that the truth needed to come out, and the people responsible needed to get arrested.
Okay. Are you hoping to get something out of this?
I would eventually like to see my children again one day.
And are you hoping that something can be done for you even after being sentenced?
Yes, ma'am. I'm hoping so.
Okay. Have you been promised anything
No,
in
ma'am,
exchange for your testimony?
No, ma'am, I have not.
Okay. By me or by anyone?
No, ma'am. Nobody.
Okay. Has anybody told you what you need to say here today?
No, ma'am.
Has anybody told you, well, you need to implicate a certain person?
No, ma'am.
Weren't you originally offered immunity in this case to come forward with the truth?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
Why did you not take that opportunity?
Well, in the first trial, I was tried with Sigfredo Garcia, and he was facing the death penalty, and I just couldn't do it.
Okay, because the truth would implicate your child's father.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What about the second time?
I've been living a lie this whole time, and it was just so hard to come out with the truth that I kept fighting.
Did anybody threaten you or harm you to prevent you from coming forward with the truth?
No, ma'am.
Were you ever promised anything by anyone to, if you'll just remain silent, we'll pay for your kids' education or anything like that?
No, ma'am.
Were you involved in the death of Dan Markel?
Yes, ma'am.
Did we have it right? Were you the middleman between the shooter and Charlie Adelson?
Yes, ma'am.
Who solicited you to become involved in this?
Charlie.
Who was he to you at that time?
We were dating at that time.
When did you start dating Charlie Adelson?
We started dating around 2013 when I was working for Sophie Dental.
Okay. Do you know what month?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And when did you stop dating him?
Probably towards the beginning of 2015.
Okay. Was there a period of time where it kind of wasn't clear whether you were still with Charlie or dating Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And Garcia is your child's father, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what's your history with him? How long were you together?
I've been with Sigfredo Garcia since I was about 18 years old.
All right, so a lot of history there.
Yes, ma'am.
Fair to say that you're on again, off again quite a few times throughout your history together.
Yes, ma'am.
And during one of those off times, is that when you started seeing Charlie Adelson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then toward the end of Charlie Adelson, there was a little bit of overlap with the two men.
Yes, ma'am.
And that sort of is in the middle of the time frame that we're talking about here today, right?
Yes, ma'am.
When did Charlie Adelson first bring this idea up to you that I'm looking for someone to harm my brother-in-law?
This was around October. What stuck out in my head was on Halloween on October 31st.
Okay. And what year was that?
That was 2013.
Okay. And so on Halloween, what is your memory of what y'all were doing that night that you're able to remember that happened that night?
Well, we were out in Lincoln Road. It was like a kind of like a block party in Lincoln Road. And then when we were getting ready to get into our cars, he jumped into my car, and he basically suggested that do I know anybody that can harm someone?
Okay. And were those the words he used, harm?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did you know somebody that could harm someone?
Yes, ma'am. At that time, Sigfredo was the first person that kind of popped in my head.
Okay, I want to approach and show you an exhibit. This is States 36. Do you recognize this photograph?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it a fair and accurate photograph of you and Charlie Adelson when you all were dating?
Yes, ma'am.
Moving to evidence, States 36, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No.
States 36 is admitted. You may.
Where was this photograph taken?
That was down at the Keys.
When was it taken?
I believe that was his birthday,
Charlie's birthday?
Charlie's birthday.
In 2013?
Yes, ma'am.
When was his birthday?
October 27th, I believe.
And y'all drove down to the Keys?
Yes, ma'am.
So that would have been just a few days before he broached this subject of harming someone to you on Lincoln Road.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Were you aware of him sending this photograph to his sister that night?
No,
Or
ma'am, I
that
was
day?
not.
Why would he think that you knew somebody that could harm someone?
Why would Charlie think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I've spoken about Sigfredo, just kind of the situations that we were having, and
So he knew a little
My
bit
problems.
about your ex's criminal history?
I might have mentioned something along the way, yes.
What did Sigfredo Garcia know about Charlie Adelson?
At that time, I don't think he really knew of him yet.
Okay. At some time, did he become aware that you had started dating someone else?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And there's one phone call in the phone records that we're going to hear more about with the next witness. It's from Sigfredo Garcia to Harvey Adelson on July 1st, 2014. Do you know anything about that phone call?
Yes, ma'am. There was a bit of an altercation between Charlie and Sigfredo. I believe prior to that, like a couple hours before that, where like he saw us leaving and then he kind of blocked off where I was like residing. Like we were already in the car, me and Charlie were, and he stopped and started screaming some stuff, but we didn't know what he was talking about.
Okay, so when you first started dating Charlie back sometime shortly before around Halloween of 2013, or October of 2013,
Yes,
is that
ma'am.
right? Garcia didn't know about it.
I
But
believe
it's-
he didn't know anything
Okay,
about
but
it.
at
yet.
some point he learned and was jealous and there was a confrontation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so how does that confrontation explain a phone call to Harvey Adelson?
I think he was trying to contact Charlie, and maybe he somewhat probably Googled, tried to find, and that's the number that he had gotten, which was...
Okay, maybe he was looking for Dr. Adelson or something like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But to your knowledge, there's no connection between Garcia and any member of the Adelson family other than you?
No, ma'am.
Who is Luis Rivera?
Sigfredo Garcia's friend.
Okay. And how long have you known him?
For a number of years, over a decade probably.
Okay. Why did you agree when Charlie asked you to enlist somebody to harm someone? Why did you agree to do that?
Oh, at that time, Charlie knew that I was going through financial situations, so I guess he thought, hey, you can make some money.
You needed the money.
Yes, ma'am.
And Garcia and Rivera, they were also motivated by money, right?
Of course.
Did Charlie Adelson tell you why he wanted to harm Dan Markel?
At that time, no, ma'am.
Okay. What did you learn about Dan Markel over the course of your relationship with Charlie Adelson?
Well, through the course, he was just mentioning that his parents were going through it, that his sister was going through it, that, he basically painted a bad picture of Mr. Markel, and since he knew that I was going through stuff with Sigfredo, it was I was like sympathizing with his sister because I know how it feels to go through.
Okay,
turmoil.
so you knew that his sister was having a terrible time with her ex,
Yes, ma'am.
and you had some things going on with Garcia that felt relatable.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what does it mean that his parents are going through it?
He just said that they couldn't sleep, that at some point I think somebody was throwing up. I don't know if it was his mom or his dad, and that it was just becoming a big problem to them.
Okay, and the big problem was Dan Markel.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever meet Donna Adelson?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you meet her?
From my recollection, it was from the dental office.
And why did you go to the dental office?
I needed some cavities and teeth whitening done.
Is that the only time you ever met Donna Adelson?
From my recollection, yes, ma'am.
All right, and did she know you were dating her son when she met you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, were things cordial between you at that meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you discuss anything beyond greetings and pleasantries?
No, ma'am.
After the initial approach of you at Lincoln Road on Halloween, was there any more discussion with Charlie Adelson about this potential job?
Throughout, the couple weeks whenever I had a chance to hang out with him, he would mention here and there.
How often were you seeing each other during this time frame?
Probably, I had children, so I always, if I could get out and I can find a babysitter, I'd go over to his house, or we'd have dinner and hang out.
Okay, would that be like once a week, 3 times a week, once a month?
About 2 times a week.
2 times a week. And would you stay over or would you just go for dinner?
Sometimes I would stay over, yes, ma'am.
And you're saying when you would go over there and hang out with him, sometimes there would be further conversation about this potential job where you're going to be paid to hire someone or enlist someone to harm Dan Markel.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and did you learn any more details about what needed to be done?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
He never gave me any details.
And so he would just continue to say the same things?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Sorry. He would just tell me that they were going through hard times.
Okay, so the conversations typically were, my family is really suffering under this situation.
Yes, ma'am.
Sustained, did not answer the question, please rephrase.
In these conversations, are you asked, have you secured anyone? Are you asked further questions about who's going to be doing it?
No, ma'am.
Did you tell him, yes, I can do it?
Yes, I just agreed to it.
Okay.
That I had somebody.
All right. And during these conversations with Charlie Adelson, was there ever a time when he's in the middle of these conversations with you about what's going to happen, speaking to his mother?
Sometimes he would get on the phone, he'd kind of look at me weird, and then just step out of the room and discuss whatever he needed to discuss.
I'm going to object if she's going to give any information about what was discussed outside her presence.
Overruled. She is
You do that.
talking about what took place, not the substance of the conversation, so you may continue.
All right, so he would step out, have a conversation with his mother, and then come back.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then you would resume the conversation about
Yeah,
this
he would just
harming?
kind of go off again, saying that this needed to be taken care of and what his family was going through.
All right. How many times did this particular situation happen where you were discussing what would eventually become the murder and his mother was interjected in that way that you just described?
How many times did I think he stepped out and
Yes.
speak to him? A number of times.
More than twice?
Yes, ma'am.
More than 5 times?
Yes, ma'am.
So this was like a regular part of the way this worked whenever this conversation came up?
Yes,
He would
ma'am.
consult his mother and come back and speak to you.
Object.
Yes, ma'am.
Did he ever
Overruled.
relay to you, my mom says whatever?
He didn't. He never specifically said what he spoke to his mom about. No.
Okay. But did you understand that getting the job done would relieve the stress on Charlie Adelson and his family?
Yes, ma'am.
Overruled.
Did you understand that getting the job done would relieve the stress on Charlie Adelson and his family?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. At some point, did you learn this isn't going to be just harming, like, I don't know, maybe punch him in the face or something? It's going to be a murder.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And do you know specifically when you learned that?
There was an envelope that Charlie had given me one day that I went over to his house, and he told me not to open it, and that he had worn gloves to close it, and that was basically it. And that I was the understanding of to pass it on to whoever I knew could take care of it.
Okay. And when it's pass it on to whoever you knew, the name Sigfredo Garcia is used or is not used?
No, it was never used.
Okay. And is that, when we're talking about this conspiracy in general terms, are you in general trying to insulate the co-conspirator on this side of you from the one over here?
Yes, ma'am. I was basically in the middle.
So you don't talk about Charlie to Sigfredo and you don't talk about Sigfredo to Charlie,
No, ma'am.
but they both,
Knew that it was to them, yes.
okay. He said he wore gloves when he put whatever he put in the envelope.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And so he told you, don't open it, don't touch what's in there.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And what kind of envelope was it?
It was a manila envelope.
Was there any writing on the envelope or anything on the outside?
No, ma'am. It was blank.
All right. So the envelope goes into your diaper bag, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you take it and Sigfredo gets it from you?
Yes, well, eventually when I came home, because I usually have that diaper bag, that's like my little weekend bag. And when I came home, I contacted Sigfredo and I was like, hey, I have a package for you. Just come by whenever you can.
Did you open it and see what was inside?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did Charlie Adelson say anything to you about where he printed the documents that were contained inside?
He did mention that he would never, he's like, oh, I didn't print this in my, the office that he had in his home. Probably printed in one of the offices that he worked at.
Because he would frequent
Travel.
a bunch of different offices,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Okay. All right, so you gave this package to Garcia, and did he open it in your presence?
No, ma'am. He literally took it and left out the door.
All right, and had you talked to him beforehand about, hey, I'm going to give you some instructions about a job?
No, there was no conversation about it. Basically, just I have that package, and then he took it.
But how
and
did he
left.
know what the package was? Had you talked to him at all about, hey, I got a job for you?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Like I told him that, that I have potential person that needed to, get harmed or beat up from my understanding at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, okay.
Okay. All right, so I want to ask you about the June trip. In June, did you provide Garcia with any money for expenses associated with that June trip?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did you get the money from to give to Garcia?
From Charlie.
Okay, how much money was it?
For my recollection, it was a couple $100, less than $5, maybe.
So this was just for like gas and whatever was needed to get to Tallahassee and back?
Yes, ma'am. I just didn't know where he was going. I didn't know about
Okay,
Tallahassee.
but you knew it was for this job that we're talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and at that point you knew it was a murder because the envelope had been passed, right?
Yes, the envelope was passed towards kind of like in the beginning of the year, so we're already in June at that time.
All right. And when you went to Charlie to get the money for the expenses, what did you say?
I needed some money for, for the job that he had told me about, and that they needed to either scope it out or, just funds to get out of town.
Okay. So your understanding was the first mission to Tallahassee, or you didn't know it was to Tallahassee, but the first trip that needed funds was going to be like a scoping trip, not to actually accomplish the murder.
To my understanding, yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you give that money to Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And after the June trip happened, how did Charlie Adelson react to, I guess, just things not progressing along very quickly with this job?
Well, since I guess nothing happened and something was to happen, he was like, well, what's going on? And I'm like, I don't know. So Sigfredo didn't tell me anything. He's just MIA again, because he just kind of goes in and out of my life.
So sometimes he'd be hard to reach.
Yes, ma'am.
And were you worried that like maybe he'd taken this few $100s and now he's
Of
gone
course.
off the grid and I can't really give any information to Charlie about what's happening?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Were you getting any pressure put on you to get the job done?
Yes, ma'am, from Charlie.
And did that increase over time, like between, and I specifically want to know about between the June trip and the ultimate murder trip?
Yes, ma'am. He was a little bit more adamant and persistent. Well, Katie, why hasn't anything been happening? What's going on?
And were you then in turn putting some pressure on Garcia to get it done, make it happen?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you relay the message to the killers that the victim was going to be going out of town the day after he ultimately was killed?
No, ma'am.
Did
I had
you
no
know-
knowledge.
You didn't know anything about Dan Markel's travel schedule.
No, ma'am.
Do you know whether his travel schedule was contained in the documents inside that manila envelope?
I would think a lot of information was there because for some reason, Sigfredo knew information and Charlie knew information, and that's why the whole confusion was on me. And it's
Okay. But you don't know what was in there. You didn't look at it, and you didn't relay that message about the travel.
no, ma'am. I had no knowledge of it.
All right. I want to show you a text that was sent between the June trip and the murder trip. It's 86C. There's a text message where you are asking Charlie Adelson to put you on the payroll. Basically, you need to be able to show that you're working. Do you remember sending that text message?
To Charlie?
Yes,
I believe so, if you can show me.
I will.
Okay.
Was there a reason that you wanted to be at least part of your payment for this to be through the payroll at Adelson Institute?
Well, I was going through like insurance purposes for my son, so I needed to be put on payroll so that I can show that I was making a certain amount of money.
Okay, but it couldn't be too much money, right?
Yeah, it couldn't be too much money.
All right. And so, were you actually doing any work for your payment at Adelson Institute?
No, ma'am, I was not.
I'll show you this. I'm just gonna publish it. This judge is going to be in 81, and I can't read the slide number. This is in evidence, so you can see it when I publish it. Alright, so take a moment to review that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so here you're asking him, I need help on the employment, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you referring to getting on the payroll at Adelson Institute?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that something you all had talked about before you sent this text, or is this the first he's hearing about it?
I don't know if I spoke to him prior to being on the payroll.
Okay, how does he know what you're talking about when you say, I'm gonna need help on the employment?
I guess he just figured, since he has an office, that he'd be able to help me.
Okay, and he says no problem, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Does he actually put you on the payroll at this time? This is June.
At that time, I'm not 100% if I was already on payroll. Not
Okay.
yet. I don't think so.
The evidence indicates that you didn't receive your first paycheck until approximately 2 months after the murder was completed.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and so did you feel like you could ask for this before the job was done because you knew you were getting the job done?
I believe so. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, was the payments that you received from the Adelson Institute part of your compensation for your arranging of this murder?
I would think so. Yes, ma'am.
What do you mean you would think so? It's yes or no question.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, he wasn't going to put you on the payroll for no reason, was he?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and in most or all the checks were after the breakup? You had broken up before you received the first check, right?
That I already, I wasn't talking to Charlie as much anymore. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, September, after the murder.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Had you ever met Wendy Adelson?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
When did you meet her?
I had dinner with her one time in Yardbird and another time at the beach.
Yardbird, is that a restaurant?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the occasion where Wendy was with her boyfriend, Jeff Lacasse?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that the first time you ever met Wendy?
I believe so. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then did you meet her again?
Yes, I met her in the beach around, I think,
Is
Father's
that the
Day.
photo that we've seen, State's Exhibit 35, publishing. Is that the second time you met Wendy Adelson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you ever discuss the murder with Wendy Adelson?
No, ma'am. I
Did you
not.
ever discuss Dan Markel's schedule with her?
No, ma'am.
So the only person you talked about it with at all was Charlie and Garcia.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, for the July trip, once the murder was done, did you receive a phone call from Sigfredo Garcia?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And were the two men looking to get their money for the murder?
I don't know what my conversation was with Sigfredo, but I did speak to him on the phone.
But you understood that you needed to get the money, right, and pay
Yes.
them.
Yes, ma'am.
That was part of your job,
Yes, ma'am.
part of your role in this whole thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did you go to Charlie Adelson's house to get the money on the night of the shooting?
Yes, ma'am. He had contacted me and told me that there was an accident and if he can have dinner with me that night.
Okay. And the accident was a reference to the shooting of Dan Markel.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, which was not an accident, right?
No, ma'am.
And when you get there, how is Charlie acting?
He was pretty frantic, just pacing back and forth, and he had a gun in his hand.
Okay, was that unusual behavior for him?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he say anything about his parents when you arrived at his house that night?
He told me that his parents just left.
Did you end up staying the night there?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Were you planning on spending the night there?
No, ma'am, I was not.
Okay, originally was your plan to get the money and take it to the two men that killed Mr. Markel?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
All right, what happened the next morning?
Well, since that night, since he was like pacing back and forth, and he had given me a Xanax, that's why I fell asleep.
Okay,
And that's why
did
it
he
was,
take Xanax as well?
Yes, ma'am, he took one as well.
Okay. And the next morning, did something happen with the money?
Yes, ma'am. So I woke up. I was like, I gotta get out of here. And he told me that the money is in the trunk of my car.
All right, and was the money in the trunk of your car?
I actually did not check it. I just got my keys and left.
So you believed him that it was there?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you got to where you were going, where did you go to deliver the money?
I was trying to contact Sigfredo and had a hard time trying to contact him. And then I eventually ended up in the alleyway of where Louis lived at that time.
At Luis Rivera's residence?
Yes, ma'am.
And did Garcia show up there when you pulled up there?
Yeah, he just kind of jumped in my car. I didn't know where he came from.
All right, and was he able to get the money?
Yes, I told him that his money was in the trunk of the car.
And he was able to remove it, and you observed him removing it, and the money was there?
Yes, ma'am. He went to the back, grabbed it, and then I saw him. He left.
How did you get your cut of the money?
I don't know if it was later on that night that he came back to my apartment, or the following day, and then he put it in the closet.
How was your cut of the money packaged?
It wasn't like a cut. It was just basically it was in a bag, in a plastic bag, grocery bag, and I believe there was like a paper bag and then a Ziploc bag inside it.
All right, so the inner thing was a Ziploc bag.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When you opened the Ziploc bag, did you notice that the money was stapled together?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
It was, okay. Did you notice something else unusual about the money?
At that moment, I didn't when I opened it, but a couple of days after the fact, it was wet and starting to mold.
The money itself was damp to the touch.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, and did you ever mention that fact to Charlie Adelson?
I'm pretty sure I contacted him and told him why is the money wet.
What do you mean pretty sure? You did or you didn't?
That I didn't.
Okay, and when you contacted him and said the money's wet, or you just mentioned to him the money's wet, did he have a response?
Yes, ma'am. He told me
Go
told me
ahead.
that his mom washed the money.
That you physically washed the money?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you got a chunk of cash that day or a couple days later. You're not sure which.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you also got these paychecks that we've talked about, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did over the ensuing time, from the time of the murder up until the time of the what we've referred to as the bump, are you familiar with that law
Yes, ma'am.
enforcement operation? Okay. In that time frame, did you get some other gifts and things from Charlie?
Between that time?
Yes. Plane tickets, things like that.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you deny getting any type of gift or favor from Charlie Adelson other than the cash that you got?
I don't know if like specifically any type of favors. If I was going through, I was having problems with the car that I
Yes.
had purchased
Yep.
from him. So he would get that fixed and he would pay for it.
Okay, and before that, he helped with Mazda repairs?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. You started getting paychecks in September after the murder, which continued through May of 2016. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And how would you receive the paychecks?
Charlie would give it to me.
All right. And you admit that you weren't doing anything to earn that money
No, ma'am. I was
other
not.
than contributing to this murder.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And the paychecks, would they come one at a time or multiples? at a time?
It would be multiple.
Okay. Do you know why the paychecks stopped when they stopped?
At that time, Sigfredo got arrested.
So they got spooked.
Yes.
Who signed the paychecks?
I'm sorry, one moment.
May we approach?
Get back.
You may continue.
Who signed your paychecks from the Adelson Institute?
Donna Adelson.
How many paychecks did you receive?
I can't recall.
Does 44 sound right?
Can't recall.
If we assume 44, how many of them were signed by Donna Adelson?
All of them.
How many were signed by Charlie Adelson?
None.
Did Mr. Adelson, when he handed you the checks, give you any instructions on how they were to be deposited?
Just don't deposit it all at one time. Like, space it out.
All right, and did you always follow his directions on the deposits?
Not always. No, ma'am.
Okay, sometimes you would cash one before the pay period ended, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and we've talked about the bump. Did you meet with Charlie Adelson after the bump?
Yes, ma'am.
Who called that meeting, him or you?
I believe he contacted me.
All right, and did you sit in the car with Mr. Adelson for a few minutes before going into the restaurant?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened when you were in the car with him?
Well, I got inside the car. He came outside of my job and basically asked, probably where we're gonna eat. And he turned up the volume in his car and kind of just leaned towards me and was just telling me that, that his mom got approached.
Okay. And did you continue to hear more from him about his mom being approached once you entered the restaurant?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and at the time you did not know that law enforcement was intercepting those conversations, did you?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Did you have any concerns that he might be trying to set you up during that meeting?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did you feel that did he do anything to make you think he had suspicions that you might be trying to set him up?
Yes, ma'am.
And what were those?
Just the way he was going through scenarios in his head. He might have, because he mentioned Tato's name, and he had a piece of paper that he looked at and then kind of talked to me about, but I didn't know what he was looking at.
Who's Tato?
Tato is Luis Rivera.
Okay, so did he say Luis Rivera or he said Tato?
He said Tato.
Okay. And so did that concern you that he knew that name?
Yes, it did. I just thought he was confusing it with Tuto, because Tuto is Sigfredo Garcia's nickname.
Okay. And what the setup was from the law enforcement was that this person was posing as an associate of Luis Rivera, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And when Charlie tells you this information, are you thinking it could be an associate of Luis Rivera? Maybe Rivera did tell someone, and
Yes.
maybe this is somehow connected to Rivera.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you tell Charlie that?
Did I tell Charlie that?
Did you tell Charlie, well, actually, the guy that went with Garcia to kill Dan Markel is Luis Rivera, and he goes by Tato? Did you say anything like that?
No, ma'am. I just told him that Tato was incarcerated, but I never knew at that time that Tato was with Sigfredo, or that he.
Right, but you're not, I guess, are you giving Charlie Adelson all the information that you have about this?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you're going to handle it on your side of the conspiracy yourself, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So he's enlisting you to go do something. What is it you're supposed to do?
To contact the phone number.
Phone number on the piece of paper that was handed to his mother.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And figure out who it is and resolve it.
What's going on? He didn't know if it was somebody trying to extort him or try to blackmail him, or he didn't know if it was the FBI.
Okay, and he's saying one of two scenarios, one of two scenarios. Are those the two scenarios?
Yes, ma'am.
It's either the FBI or it is actually someone who's gotten some information about what we did.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you reviewed the transcript that was prepared of that restaurant recording?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that transcript fair and accurate? Does it accurately transcribe the conversation that was had in there?
Yes, ma'am.
You knew Luis Rivera well, right?
I knew him from Sigfredo, yes, ma'am.
But Sigfredo didn't tell you he took Rivera with him
No, he
to
did
do
not.
the job.
No, ma'am.
And even though it was pretty obvious, you didn't tell Charlie that Garcia was doing the job.
No, yes, ma'am. He didn't know. He didn't know that it was Sigfredo.
Okay. Charlie never explicitly told you this murder is going to benefit my mother, or this murder is to benefit my sister.
No, ma'am. He did not.
Object again to leading.
Sustained, please rephrase your questions. Katherine.
Did Charlie Adelson ever tell you this murder is to benefit my mother?
No, ma'am.
Did Charlie Adelson ever tell you this murder is to benefit my sister?
No, ma'am.
But you knew that, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
He did tell you that his mom was at the house right before you arrived, the night of the murder.
Yes, ma'am.
He did tell you that his mother washed the money.
Yes, ma'am.
Money that was payment for the murder.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you speak in code on that wire?
On the wiretaps, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Property and tenant, that was code for looking into who was behind the bump, right?
Yes, ma'am. Well, Charlie tends to go on his little rants, and then I kind of just followed, what he was saying.
Yes, but you spoke in code.
Yes, ma'am.
And you understood you were speaking in code because you might be tapped, right?
Yes,
Somebody
ma'am.
might be listening.
Yes, ma'am.
But there would be no reason to speak in code if you hadn't done anything wrong. Will you agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Innocent people don't talk in code, do they?
No, ma'am.
No further questions.
Cross-examination.
Just one moment.